Rutvik.
Plato taxi to runway 26 via taxiway Papa, then turn left onto taxiway Charlie to runway holding point 26. After departure, climb to 3,500 feet, maintain runway heading runway 26, then turn left, radial 240, further climb to flight level 270, correction, further climb to flight level 70, Wilco, Vita Tango, Tango Delta Tango.
So in your call, you have done a lot of good things, but you have used words which are not required in RT. Like then, too much of use is happening of that. These days, examiners are expecting you to use RT, but at the level of what pilots are using, but also what is mentioned in the manual slightly. So, yeah, not bad. It was too lengthy, I would say. We can shorten it, but good that you have accurately kept uh, everything intact. So, this is the first call that I've checked. It's not bad at all, but we will refine it. Vishnu, your call was decent. I could say it's a little lengthy again, but it was fine. And also try to increase your rate of speech when you're practicing students. Just for practice. If it's too fast, if it works or not, we will work on it. Victor Tango Sierra November India. How do you read?
Mumbai Control, Victor Tango, Sierra Number India, Radio 5. How do you read?
Victor Tango Sierra November India, Mumbai Ground, Radio 5. Kindly ask Victor Tango Victor Golf Papa. Correction. Break. Victor Tango Victor Golf Papa. Mumbai Ground. Kindly relay the flight plan to Victor Tango Sierra November India.
Victor Tango, Sierra November, India. Victor Tango, Victor Golf Papa. Relaying information on behalf of Mumbai Control. Flight plan. Jaipur to Nagpur. Aircraft type Foxtrot 2 Tango Hotel. Route Whiskey 12 Ikawa Whiskey 19er Bhopal Whiskey 38. Flight level 370. Persons on board 09er. Stand 3. Call sign Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango.
Victor Tango, Victor Golf Papa. So Victor Tango, Victor Golf Papa. Message received.
शबरीश
Roger,
ऐसे
Victor
ऐसे बात
Tango.
करेंगे
Yes, yes.
ऐसे बात करेंगे
No, sir.
One more suggestion, students, try to use RT language. Instead of no, you can say negative.
Victor Tango, Victor Golf Papa. Victor Tango, Sierra Number India. Roger.
Okay. Relaying on behalf of, that's not how we relay. Hush, try to use how to relay. Start the statement. You don't have to relay any message, but how would you start the statement?
Victor Tango, Sierra November, India, Air India 121, relaying message for Mumbai ground.
Correct. Vishnu, did you hear that?
Affirm, sir.
Very good. So, if I have to relay a message to an aircraft, then I would say the name of that aircraft, the call sign of that aircraft. Then I'll say my call sign, and I'll just say relaying for. Maybe I'm relaying for another aircraft or maybe air traffic controller. Okay, students, are we following? Is it
Affirm, sir.
easy? Can we remember this? It's a simple instruction. Hmm. If they are doing off-topic students, if they are doing this much on Zoom, then they can also do it in a way that the instructor seems like he's near the whiteboard, chalkboard, I mean, screen, and students are seated. है ना? आ जाएगा ऐसा भी कुछ. Okay. I really liked how earlier when I didn't realize Shabrish was like on top. Vishnu was looking besides and Harsh was on his side. It felt like they're sitting next to each other only. Yeah. But now he's on your. Now I've shuffled y'all. Great. Okay. See, I'll give you a call. Please write it down. Compare your calls, and we can always modify and shorten it.
I have it down, class.
Yes, please.
At every ATC clearance that I got in my previous attempts, so there was this term called flight level change en route. So I was wanted to know what that means.
Flight level change en route. Try to recall what were your flight rules. Was it IFR, VFR, or Yankee Zulu?
IFR.
IFR. So flight level change en route. What could it mean? It could mean that we can also check if there is any no time issued on basis of certain restrictions, and if not, then we just give readback and uh, we get information about where do we actually have to change the flight plan and what will be the new flight plan. So what they're trying to say is, for now you can be on flight level 370, but en route you'll have to change it. So that could be one meaning. And yeah. So try and recall and give me
It
a
is
clearance
always,
given to you.
yeah, it
Sorry.
is always followed by a flight level.
Yeah, try to recall and give me, so I'll be able to tell you exactly what it meant.
The ATC clearance was after departure, climb to 3000, maintain runway heading, then turn left to intercept some radial, and then flight level change en route, flight level 250, and then it goes like that.
So you just give a readback to it initially. And when it comes to compliance, okay, then it means that they have asked you to reach up to flight level 250, and somewhere en route you'll be changing from 250 to your cruising altitude through 370. Most likely this is what it is like. So was any discussion happening there in the exam? Like what was going on? How did you tackle it?
Nothing as such, sir. In the second question where it was about TCAS RA.
Mm-hmm.
So the question was passing flight level 80 was mentioned in the question. Then I said TCAS RA climbing passing flight level 80. I did not include the cruise flight level 370. Then he was like, ATC was like, till what level were you clear? I said flight level 250. Then he was like, okay. Then you should mention passing flight level 80 for flight level 250.
Exactly. If This statement here means that if you were cleared till flight level 250 and you have not been asked to maintain any flight level other than that, you just want to maintain 3500 and then turn left, then climb, okay, intercepting radial. So when after that being said, if a question says that you are at flight level 80 or 900 or 100, it means that you are passing that level. You're not maintaining that level. So that is a slight difference, but it makes a huge difference. If I say uh, flight level 80, it means I'm maintaining flight level 80. So it's a big error because my job is to give a proper report using RT, and here I didn't do it. It was like that. So passing 80 for flight level 250 is how you say. Some pilots say climbing, passing this for that, like this. They're so fast habituated that if you hear what they're saying, you'll be like, okay, what are they saying? Like climbing, passing flight level 80 for flight level 250. But you don't have to say climbing. You can simply also say passing flight level 80 for flight level 250. So, Harsh, give me a Tika Sare call.
Mumbai Control at India 121 over Ipaka, TKS are reclined.
Remember, we have discussed we will give some position reference as well in such cases. At least our flight level, because in the question the flight level is mentioned.
Okay.
Hmm.
I just did not mention because TKS is time critical, so I thought like we should avoid unnecessary. I mean, it a flight level is important, but TKSR
No, you're
is
right.
more important. Yeah.
It is important, and what is important is that you climb as per the RA. RA is resolution advisory. The aircraft systems will tell you what you have to do. And we assume that it is telling you to climb, so you're climbing. So you are climbing and you are taking advantage of time. You are giving it on priority. So you're not doing anything wrong. And if you just mention the flight level there, so it's not nothing wrong there in this case. Like um, Jaipur approach, Victor Tango Tango Delta Tango, Tikas RA, climbing, passing flight level 80 for flight level 250. This can be said in this case. If you were maintaining a flight level, then you could have said flight level 370, like that. Only that. But you have said climbing, it means you have taken action on time. And definitely, you are already on climb mode. So this is a trick question actually. And many times you will get questions where it might be certain things might be there, might not be there. So we have to be very careful about it because generally when we get TCAS, we assume that we are on cruising altitude, and then we realize, oh, some conflict is coming, so let's climb or descend. Now here you are passing and still you are getting a conflict. You are already climbing, but still you are getting a conflict. So it's a tricky situation. Like, is somebody actually following you? That's the point. Like, how? Like, what is happening? Like, I should be cleared already, but yeah, you are in vicinity of something and the system is telling you, so as per the system, you'll climb. But here you are mentioning what I was actually doing. I was passing flight level 980 for flight level 250. So what they meant to speak was a basic thing when we talk about changing flight levels or reporting within climb or descent. Let's say you are at flight level 250, you have to request further climb. Shabrish,
Victor Tango, sorry sir,
आएगा
Mumbai,
आएगा recall आएगा please. Yes.
Mumbai Control, Victor Tango, Sierra number India, on flight level 250, request further climb.
Request further climb to flight level 370, top of climb, request climb. Remember, we have to mention top of climb until we have reached cruising altitude. I've seen students missing on TOC a lot. Top of climb. Top of climb is the time estimate that we will reach our cruising altitude. Hmm. So that call would be like this. Mostly from Jaipur to Bhopal. I'll show you the chart. Maybe Nagpur, maybe Ahmedabad. So whichever control, hypothetically, we'll take Ahmedabad control. Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango. Flight level 250. Hypothetical route, Whiskey 19er. Estimating VR Bravo Papa Lima next 1410. ETA destination, that is Nagpur. ETA Nagpur, so and so 1450. Top of climb, so and so. Request climb, flight level 370. Not always do you have to mention all these things, but mentioning your route, one estimate at least these days, radial, DME, really makes your call sound very good and also gives a very good idea about your position to anybody listening your call. So try to master each in-air call using these 5 elements. Afterwards, you can shorten it if it's not needed. But climb will have top of climb and descent will have top of descent. Both are time estimates. Top of descent means when will you start descending from your cruising altitude. Usually we request for descent within 5 to 10 minutes before descent. So we say top of descent to be the next 5 or 10 minutes from present time. Top of climb, if I have a normal rate of climb for a commercial 737 or Airbus, approximately 1500 feet per minute. So 15,000 you can reach in 10 minutes, 30,000 you can reach in 20 minutes. Higher rate of climb or descent would be 2000 feet per minute. Such calls can also be made in order to give you clearance, quicker clearance or quicker vacancy of the route or quicker arrival. So that saves time, right? So all these can be logical because they're trying to use very realistic things in exams these days, and it doesn't hurt. Although we as students, anybody who's not yet flown as a commercial pilot, they will have a lot of difficulties. But commercial pilots also have some difficulties, like they do prepare, sit and study, thinking that they should not miss out on anything, and some pilots are also not clearing the exam. So when others hear that, they panic and they ensure that even if they have 5 days, they study properly before going. And then they clear. It's not like they don't clear. So, climb call, Vishnu, flight level 250 for the climb.
Nagpur control, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango, flight level 240, radial 040, DME 20, outbound Nagpur, estimating Bhopal 1410, ETA Nagpur 1430, top of climb 1415, flight level 370, request climb.
Don't
I
say
think
flight level
I think
370 first, say request climb for flight level 370.
I think I called the wrong ATC also.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
So I just want to share my exam.
Yes, please. I want to hear that. Yes.
So what happened was when I end my exam, she told me like you are giving so unnecessary calls, and specifically she told me on estimates. She didn't like that while I was giving estimate. And also the chart is so cluttered, like it's just, some child has drawn line here and there. There is no route written over there. It is just like, straight line. That's it. And I believe they like very short calls. She also told
Mm-hmm.
me like why you are telling passenger on board estimates.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what I said, you know. There are only a few calls which will include all these information now. All of this, five elements, all estimates. They are assuming that you are on radar screen, and thus the calls become short. Now, working pilots, their calls are very short because hardly some information is there for them to be given to the ATC in a verbal mode because everything else is checked on the radar by the ATC. So you don't need to give all that information that they have on radar. So persons on board is only important during emergency and startup. That's it. Nowhere else, if you mention, it's fine. Secondly, estimates you can just give of next in your calls. And some calls you don't have to give that also. You just talk about the work at hand. So we'll work on refining it. Like, let me give you a call. Uh, Inbound Nagpur, flight level 150, contact appropriate approach and request descent. Okay. इसमें क्या होगा आपको ETA डेस्टिनेशन देना होगा इसमें आपको टॉप अप डिसेंट देना होगा बट टॉप अप डिसेंट नहीं देना है बिकॉज see here two things can happen maybe already a descent is given to you or maybe yeah so you have got partial descent you need further descent here and I don't know. I think here, if the flight rules were Yankee, then you could have had IFR and VFR also. But if you're sure the flight rules were IFR, then it's fine. Uh, Inbound Nagpur, flight level 150, fine. Just follow this call. Just perform this call. I'll tell you the route. One five zero. You're inbound Nagpur, flight level 150. What do you mean inbound Nagpur? If nothing else, no information is given to you in DME distance, then you can say that you have entered Nagpur airspace. That's it. You've just entered Nagpur airspace. I'm trying to pull up the chart on screen. And the cluttered lines that you said, uh, one of our students told us that he got a chart similar to what we have been using in class. So I'm not sure why they are changing charts between students. Because he said, sir, अभी तो वो लोग realistic charts ही use कर रहे हैं.
And also there is no estimate time of departure as well. There was no time.
So you assume present time of the call, actual
Y-
time.
Yes, I no, I just give any hypothetical time
But if you
because
don't
as
have,
soon as
mm-hmm.
yeah, even I got one top of climb question. So I was just, looking at the question or flight plan, where is the time? But there was no time at all. So I just gave a hypothetical time.
But remember, if no time is mentioned, then you will use the present time of the exam time.
They don't allow watch as well, so we don't know.
It must be there somewhere on the screen.
It will be on a computer screen.
Sorry, Rutvik, say again.
I mean, it will be on a computer screen, the actual time.
A clock must be there somewhere on the computer screen.
There's just a timer, that's it. No clock.
Rutvik, what do you remember?
I could see all the applications and the sidebars or time, like how you see it in normal laptop.
Read you three.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I could see everything that is present in the laptop screen, sir, on the desktop screen, the time and applications and all, everything.
You were able to see it on the bottom toolbar.
Yeah, yeah.
हर्ष आपके लिए टूलबार नहीं था
नहीं था. Literally just a timer. Nothing.
तो ऐसा कुछ है ना तो पहले एग्जामिनर्स को पूछ लेना है, सर व्हाट अबाउट डिपार्चर टाइम, शुड आई अज्यूम प्रेजेंट टाइम, आई डोंट हैव अ वॉच, कैन वी डू अ टाइम चेक, समथिंग लाइक दैट. Okay, so
So, a
yeah,
doubt.
please.
So,
Yes.
how many estimates should we give? Like, if they tell that if we give three of them, it's too much, then
In a position report, departure report, and when you're close to reaching, position report and departure report, you will mention at least one estimate before a control boundary and one after a control boundary. Okay. Rest in normal calls which are not mandatory position reports. In those calls, it's okay to give only one estimate, which is your next estimate. And even if you don't give that, it's fine in certain situations. So you just apply logically if there's any relevance needed to speak about our estimate, then you say. Otherwise, not necessary. Like Tikas RA climb call, we are not giving any estimate at all. We are hardly mentioning our flight level there. So similar situations, if we have some specific situations, we'll only focus on specific things and keep our call short. I know we have learned to give a lot of estimates and all, and that is a good thing. If you'll be doing a VFR, if you'll not have a SCOC code, and if you'll not be on radar, then that is how you're going to perform. So the knowledge is necessary, and maybe in exams, if you have a VFR, Cessna, they might not have transponders on them. So then it becomes necessary to give such calls. Still, examiners might not differentiate much between these variations because one of our students said that, sir, I was given Cessna, but they pushed me to flight level 250. I was like, how will a Cessna go to 250? They said, just assume it hypothetically. So that also happened with one of our students. I don't know the truth, but if a student says something, then yeah, of course, we have to consider that. So please take this call. We have found our route from Jaipur. Quickly, let's check. Uh, Whiskey 12 Ikawa, correction, Victor 12 Ikawa, Whiskey 19, Nar. So where is Nagpur? And this is Bhopal. So from Bhopal, Whiskey 122, Whiskey 19er is this pink route. Okay, we cannot see Ikawa, we cannot see Jaipur, but we can see Whiskey 19er. And Whiskey 19er is following, is actually aligned with Quebec 23. From here, you are going to go to Bhopal, straight Whiskey 19er. We go to Bhopal, and then from Bhopal, we are going Whiskey 38 to Nagpur. And where is Whiskey 38 to Nagpur? Straight only. This. Radial 144. Can you spot it, students? Rutvik, are you able to spot it? Shabrish, Vishnu, Harsh, are you able to spot it?
Affirm, sir.
iPhone.
affirm.
So you are inbound Nagpur means you have crossed this green boundary now and you are under Nagpur CTA, Nagpur control. Okay? And another inbound would mean, yeah, so yeah, you are here anywhere on this route from here. And if your flight level is 150 and you have to choose your approach, in this case, appropriate approach, then you carefully see that this is Nagpur control, flight level 055 to flight level 460, and CTA A, 2100 feet to flight level 460. And because you are on this route, we will check this area also. Our route has flight levels from flight level 075 to flight level 460. So, Rutvik, where would you assume your position in this question?
I have
Inbound
assumed
Nagpur At flight level 150, contact appropriate approach and request descent.
I assumed I was somewhere between 20 DME to 15 DME.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 20 DME to 15 DME, I think will be very, very close. Very close for flight level 150. You could have assumed 50 nautical miles minimum. Any reason why you thought 15 to 25?
Because I was at flight level 150.
Harsh, what do you think? How close would you be to a destination at flight level 150?
Around 50 nautical miles.
In your flying experience, I'm asking.
I haven't been going to flight level 150.
And tell me about your max flight level.
10,000. Flight level
Flight
10.
level 100, yeah.
100.
And descent you requested in within how many nautical miles?
35 to 40 nautical miles.
35 to 40 nautical miles. So 50 या 50 के पीछे ही रहोगे आप अगर 150 पे हो तो,
Yes.
ऋत्विक. And another hint of inbound could be that the largest dotted blue circle that you see. Okay. So that is also a hint that from there you can start talking to approach and all. So yeah, flight level 50, you could have been to 5 nautical miles or 15 nautical miles then. That's just 5,000 feet. Okay. I can show you calculations, trigonometry, rate of speech, distance, time, calculating speed. So we will get to know if it's enough for us to descend. If we're too high and too close, then we'll have to do a racetrack, a VR hold and come down, basically. Like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. That'll take a lot of time and a lot of fuel. So better it is to get straight descents.
It also depends on airspeed, sir. If it's
Definitely,
Airbus, then it's a whole different concept.
definitely, definitely. Fokker has high speeds, definitely. Does anybody know what is the highest speed of this particular plane? Quick update. आपने मॉडल लिखा सबरीश द मॉडल इज Foxtrot Tango correction Foxtrot 2 Tango Hotel
Fulja
2000.
written.
What is it? Is it twin engine, single engine, jet engine, turboprop? Who can say?
So it's a jet engine.
Turbojet?
Yeah.
Ritwik?
So it's they
Airforms at turbojet.
And what kind of engine mounting?
on the fuselage.
On the fuselage. Rear?
Yeah. Tail section.
On the
Tail
tail.
section.
It's a private jet, the Assault Falcon.
Hmm.
Maximum speed is 482 knots.
482 knots. Very good. And Airbus and Boeing will fly at how much? 450? Check, check, check. Whatever you're using to check. Verify. Was the
It's
speed given
for
to you in your flight level? Flight plan, sorry, Rutvik.
Negative, sir.
Yeah. Harsh, you were saying something.
as far as I remember, it's 0.0.82 Mach.
Yes.
Yeah, 490 knots.
Sorry, say again. Victor Tango Sierra November India.
490 knots.
490. So almost the same speed. Um, Remind me when we'll have a good discussion session. Microsoft Sim has a so I have a list of all planes with all basic details there, so we can actually browse through it quickly once. All real aircraft, real speeds. Yeah. So I was asking you a question. Can we go ahead with that call, please? Let me just understand your calls so that I can plan and schedule your practice sessions accordingly going ahead, students. Harsh, once again, inbound Nagpur, flight level 150, contact appropriate approach and request descent.
Okay, so Nagpur control, Air India 121 150 nautical miles inbound Nagpur, Whiskey 380930, top of descent 0940, request further descent.
कॉल बहुत डिसेंट था बट आपने नाइनर नहीं बोला 9 बोला एक ही नंबर है
Okay.
ना ईटीए नागपुर भी बोल सकते थे आप यहाँ पे बिकॉज इट्स योर डेस्टिनेशन स्टूडेंट्स logical awareness, logical reasoning is something that I often talk in class. If you think logically, you will know where to say a lot of things, where to not say a lot of things. So, ETA can be said that this is my estimated time of arrival, and I want you to give me clearances so that I meet it. That's the whole point of mentioning it. You just update the other person about what is going to happen.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Definitely.
So in this case, it's further descent, right? So should we say the top of descent again?
No, we should not. So यहाँ top of descent नहीं आएगा, further descent आएगा unless flight level 150 was your cruising altitude. In this case, possibly due to IFR changing to VFR over a certain point. But here it is not clear that it has flight rules changing, so it is just level change. So you can say request descent or further descent there. Top of descent is not necessary there. Top of descent is used when you initiate your first descent. Students, if I say something and you feel that there's something more to it, something different to it, feel free to discuss, okay? Say, no, sir, I think it's like that. I've seen it, I've heard it, I've felt it. I would appreciate it to have a discussion like that.
And sir, if the question says contact appropriate approach, we should be contacting approach, right?
Yes, Nagpur approach, they would give you in the exam because it exists. But I want to show you all something that I'm not able to like spot right now. There are two types of approaches in a certain place depending upon the flight levels. See here. So Nagpur control flight level 905 to flight level 460 and Nagpur control again flight level 255 to flight level 460. EDIS, Air Defense Identification Zone, ADIZ, it separates. Okay. So this becomes Charlie here, this becomes Alpha. CTA is CTA is control area. CTR is control zone. CTR is generally given to tower. CTA is given to upper control and lower control. See, I'll show you the legend once again, students. See this. CTA means control, where TMA, Delhi control, will be written. TMA is terminal moment area, synonym to ACC. Both mean the same thing, area control center. So from flight level 150 to 460, upper control area is actually control or TMA. Another name of CTA is lower control area where it goes for approach like this. CTA approach. So we have to carefully scan if any such mention is given to us in the chart. If not, then Nagpur approach would make sense, not control. This question is way too specific. So it either could be an easy question or it could be a trick question. So we have to be careful about it. So we do our due diligence here. So once again, if I have to check Nagpur, the easiest way to scan any chart is to divide it into four parts, four quadrants, and target one quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So let's just look if we can just find approach. Okay. So I'll check this quadrant. I'm on this route. I have CTA Nagpur, sector north. Okay. Do I have anything here that mentions I have approach, some other approach? I don't see it here. But two frequencies were given to me, so there are two types of approaches. That is for sure. Both could be Nagpur. Then I'll check the second quadrant. Second quadrant also. Can you spot it, students? Can you see the screen? Are you able to see something? Then we check the next quadrant. So we found this CTAA, Nagpur control. We might find one more, just CTA. So they have divided the upper control area into uh, upper control area A and then upper control area like this, and upper control area sector D like this. So there are different mentions, but we don't see any other approach here. Sector C, but it is not going to be relevant to us. We carefully check again. Ritvik, were you able to zoom in or zoom out in your charts?
Negative, sir. And actually, it was a very trick question, sir. I contacted Nagpur approach, and then ATC controller was like, read the question properly. Then I contacted the same approach using the frequency. Then he was like, you did not understand the question properly, and we moved on to the next question. And one of my friend who gave the exam on the same day got the same flight plan,
Mhm.
and she was not able to answer that question.
I want you to try and recall and tell me what all ATCs were mentioned in your flight plan.
I guess it was Jaipur. I was transferred from Jaipur control to Nagpur, something like that. So,
But a list of ATCs would have been given to you, right?
yes, it was just frequency. It was just SMC, then frequency, tower, frequency, approach, frequency, control, frequency. That's it.
So which places name were there before
Uh,
SMC
na-
and tower and
Names wouldn't
control?
be there, sir. Just SMC, tower, like that.
A code must have been given to you. JJ
In my case,
Juliet
it was there.
Juliet Papa or Victor India Juliet Papa for Jaipur.
It wasn't there for me.
Could be that it wasn't there for you. Maybe you
Yeah.
maybe you skipped it unknowingly, or maybe
Yes.
it was not there. We will figure
Yeah.
it out. Harsh, you tell me how were the frequencies mentioned?
So I got Amritsar, Delhi,
Uh-huh.
and on the left side, there was Amritsar frequency, ground tower approach, and for Delhi, the same ground tower approach and control. Yeah,
Hmm. Just like we do in our mock sessions.
correct, sir.
Hmm. Hmm.
And also, while doing the questions, they tell us like contact approach on 118 decimal niner, something like that.
So you have to say changing to if it is going to happen in real time, or you'll say will go, and then when you reach that point, you say changing to. So in this case, we need a little more clarity. You just try and discuss with your friend if they can recall if any frequencies were mentioned. You also just put a little strain on your mind to recall, Ritvik. Otherwise, there might not be approach here and just control is the whole point because it's not
I remember the
mentioned
questions,
clearly.
right? It was like proper wording, contact appropriate approach and take this and
No,
that.
no, I'm not asking you to recall the question. I'm asking you to see if any frequencies with names were given.
Yes, sir, I will try to recall.
Yeah. I'll show you how they are mentioned. But everywhere we see it is just Nagpur control, and Nagpur control only. In this case, So there are certain areas nearby to this where Varanasi control overlaps. See, this is the area. Partially, you see, partially there is Varanasi control, partially Kolkata control. Half, partially Kolkata, partially Varanasi. So we have to be on the lookout to see if there's any partial mentioned here. Seems like it's just Nagpur control only in this case. So probably they were expecting you to call control only, and that's why they openly gave you the word approach, thinking everybody will call approach. And that's the test there. Most probably, so far, we'll keep the discussion on that. Once we have more information or the same information, I'll tell you what to do in that case. But clearly, we know in that case, approach is not the right answer. Nagpur approach is not the right answer, basically. So I think that call would go to Nagpur control if nothing else is there. And if not control, then probably tower. Okay, probably tower. For that, we'll have to check the CTR. CTR is just till flight level 75. You'll still be able to talk to tower. So this is how you figure out, okay, if not approach, then probably control or tower, unless any other ATC is given, but that is very less likely right now because you are inbound Nagpur and nothing else is mentioned to you. Okay. Uh, Vishnu, please try a descent call, same place. A normal top of descent you do. I'll give you the question. You are 80 DME inbound November Papa. And we'll assume you're still on your cruising altitude. 100 DME, okay? 100 DME.
Okay, sir. Nagpur control, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango, Whiskey 38, flight level 370, 100 DME, radial 307, inbound Nagpur, top of descent 1145, request descent.
See, the call is fine, but it's not what we will do in exam because it doesn't speak about the concern at hand directly or quickly. And it's a little unstructured, not properly structured. But it's fine. This is what I want you to do before you appear for the exam. I just cannot let you go like that. Now, Rutvik, please take the same call 100 DME inbound November Papa. Request descent.
Nagpur control, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango, 100 DME, inbound Nagpur on radial 325, 1450, flight level 370, Whiskey 38, top of descent 1455, ETA Nagpur 1530, request descent.
That is comparatively, if I compare, then better structured. Still, I think a lot of information is given and the call is slow. Okay. For me, it's good, but we are thinking about what we can do the best in the exam. All right. Um, Harsh, you tried. Rutvik, you tried. No, Harsh, you didn't try this call, right? Shabrish, first you try and then Harsh, you try.
Nagpur control, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango, 100 DME inbound November Papa, Whiskey 38, radial 325, flight level 370, top of descent 1450, estimated time of correction ETA 1540, request descent.
See, understand what the examiners are thinking is that why is the concern spoken so late and why is there no emphasis? Why is unnecessary information given to you? Given, not to you. This is generally what I think they might be feeling. So can somebody just work it out and make it shorten? Just try to do thinking that okay, how can I shorten it by giving essential info? Everyone work on it. Hush, just try a call once. Then everybody, I'll give you a challenge to finish the call in just four words or phrases, not eight. Generally 8 जा रहा है हमारा 4 में कैसे करेंगे वो ध्यान देना. Hush, just try your call. Either way, I don't mind.
Nagpur Control, Air India 121, 100 nautical mile inbound Nagpur, flight level 370, Whiskey 38, 1430, top of descent 1440, request descent, estimate control boundary 1450, ETA Nagpur 1455.
Not bad, but which control boundary are you talking about? I think we have already crossed the control boundaries when we are 100 nautical miles. Can you see the cursor?
Yes, I was
See?
talking about 50 nautical miles boundary.
So this is CTA.
Oh, okay, sorry, my bad.
It's okay. And there are two CTAs. Okay. So again, okay, fine. Again, it took a lot of time to come to the point. In simple words, okay? Can anyone try?
So,
Make it in just 4 words or 4 phrases.
can I?
Yes, of course.
Nagpur Control, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango, 100 DME outbound correction. So, may I start again?
If you want to start again, what do? You say correction, I say again.
Correction, I say again. Nagpur Control, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango, 100 DME inbound Nagpur, flight level 370, 1450, top of descent 1500, request descent.
Not bad, good effort, but still, वो बोलते हैं ना मजा नहीं आया. I'm not judging anyone, students. We're just trying to just study in a very simple, relaxed way. Rutvik, give it a try.
So Nagpur Control, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango, 100 DME inbound, Nagpur 1450, flight level 370, request descent, ETA Nagpur 1530.
Not bad. Okay. Can anyone also try one last try?
Yes, sir. Nagpur Control, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango, flight level 370, 100 DME inbound Nagpur, top of descent 1145, ETA Nagpur 1455, request descent.
And that was a very good effort. एक स्टेटमेंट ज्यादा था उसमें फिर भी ऐसे लग रहा था. एक चीज ज्यादा बोल दिया आपने ऐसे फील हुआ. But that was a good effort. One more try, anyone? That was really a great effort. And वो pace भी आ गया, urgency भी आ गया. That pace and urgency in your tone also has come, which really helps. That is good. And good part, there is accuracy also. Good, good, good. One more try, anyone? Rutvik, try once. Shabrish, Harsh. Smile तो अच्छी दे रहे हो आप. Nagpur Control, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango. What will we say afterwards?
100 nautical miles inbound Nagpur.
100 DME inbound Nagpur. Flight level 370. Top of descent 1545. Request descent. This is what I think is the shortest version, but I have not said my ETA. If they say, now let's just think about it. If they say Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango, Nagpur control, clear to descend to flight level 15050 DME or more. You'll say clear to descend, flight level 15050 DME or more. ETA Nagpur so and so, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango. This is where you could mention your ETA if you want to communicate your ETA. Later parts also. If they have not asked, it's fine. If they say clear to descend to flight level 15050 DME or more, generally pilots are like flight level 15050 DME or more, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango. This is how actually they are like talking. But you can say clear to descend to flight level 150, or you can say clear leaving flight level 370 for flight level 150 DME or more, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango. This becomes the best reply. That they have cleared you immediately, so you just get down immediately. But if their clearance was for my top of descent, remember, if I mention top of descent and that's 5 minutes from now, then you'll say clear to descend to flight level 15050 DME or more, Victor Tango Tango Delta Tango. Then after 5-10 minutes, you will say Nagpur control, Victor Tango Tango Delta Tango, leaving flight level 370 for flight level 150. So here now we are not mentioning radial route, DME, otherwise, or ETA. And this is what they are sounding, thinking that it is unnecessary. So we cut it short. We only use estimates and ETAs in places where they are mandatory part of reports or emergency calls or rerouting calls or planning to land emergency, make an emergency landing at another aerodrome. In only those cases. If I'm going to rejoin a route or cross a route, then I can give an estimate of that crossing point or rejoining point. Or if it's a routine report or something, I can just mention next waypoint. That's it. But I want you all to skip using radial DME, name of the route, and everything in every call. In-air calls will have 5 elements and we will shorten it, thinking about, okay, what is given to me at hand. So, Nagpur control, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango, 100 DME inbound November Papa, flight level 370. Top of descent, 1515, request descent. Still here it seems a little lengthy. You can simply say request descent, but do mention top of descent when you're leaving your cruising altitude.
So
Yes, one by one.
in the question is given that we are 100 DME inbound Nagpur. So when in the examiner, won't they think that if we also give the 100 DME inbound Nagpur in the call, that we have all what they have already told us that we have 100 DME inbound. So is it required? They will cross question, right?
Good question. So what Shabrish is saying that can we skip the points which are already mentioned in the question? And that is a good point. Let's try a call like that. Nagpur control, Victor Tango Tango Delta Tango, flight level 370, Whiskey 38. 100 inbound November Papa, correction. 100 DME inbound November Papa, top of descent, request descent. Uh, no, you mention your DME. You mention, you cannot go away from mentioning your DME there. Uh, you have to mention your DME.
So DME and route is a must.
If you don't mention route in this case, it's fine because they know your route, they know your path, they know your speed, they know a lot of things on the radar. But asking for descent and the DME are related to each other. So we mentioned that.
A concept.
Any thoughts on this, Rutvik? Shabrish, uh, Vishnu, Harsh.
Negative, sir.
Negative, sir.
But that was a great attempt, everyone, especially Vishnu. And great question, Shabrish. Now you're thinking what can be skipped, what is essential. That's all it takes. Not essential information cannot be skipped. Okay, Rutvik, try to give me request ILS approach into Nagpur.
Nagpur approach, Victor Tango, Tango Delta Tango. Request ILS approach runway 32, information Charlie.
And can you tell me what happened with this question in the exam?
The controller said transition level, flight level 55, and I've read it back as transition level 55.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
Did you not mention where were you in this call?
No, sir, I did not mention.
Not even your flight level, nothing related to your descent given to you?
Negative, sir.
Okay. Harsh, try the same call, request ILS approach into Nagpur. This call comes after your descent call at flight level 150 appropriate authority. Exactly. So you were not given the call by the controller because they simply said you don't understand, so skip. And maybe because of that, you didn't get any hint into what you could actually say about your position for next question, that is request ILS approach into Nagpur. So you did the right thing, but you could have tried to give some position reference element in your call. Always try to give one thing that spots you somewhere through your verbal calls. It
Yes,
doesn't
sir.
hurt. Always try that, students.
Yes, sir.
But good that you got a reply. So transition altitude is mentioned so that you can change your Q code setting on the altimeter. What do you change to? QNH to QFE? Anybody who will tell me you remember or not, students?
QNE to QNH.
What is
QNH to QNE.
what is standard setting? QNH.
Correct.
And what is actual altitude shown? Airfield elevation shown? Actual height shown? Actual height. QNE
QNE.
or QFE?
QNE.
I don't think it's QNE.
QFE.
Because
QFE. Field elevation. QFE.
I'm not sure about that either. So दोनों में से एक है. But if we are always confused, then how do we fix the confusion? Rutvik, Shabrish,
So it's Q&A, I guess. We'll just check it.
Rutvik, any idea on this?
I think it's QFE, sir.
Can anybody find and research?
It's saying QNH.
QNH2?
Like QNH shows, altimeter shows the airport's elevation when on ground.
No issues. I'll show you something, students. Make sure you remember this. Rutvik, I'll be sharing the drive with you as well for some notes to study. I'm just sharing it with everyone. Once again, anytime when I ask you a question, you have confusion, or if you cannot recall, then simply quickly access your notes through your drive and keep it like an open book thing and find the correct answer, okay? Theory is very important to apply in our practical calls and situations. So, I think you'll get it in this book. Let me just show you. So Rutvik, your calls are good. When we will start with the direct mock for you in the next session, and based upon the errors you make, I will
Yes, sir.
definitely tell you what to do and how to do. And there will be enriching sessions where we'll study in group and cover basics and learn things and remind and revise things. So that way also you'll get to learn which you have to apply in your calls. Okay?
So,
I
in
would
this,
just, yes, Shabrish,
so it's we will always fly on local QNH below the transitional queue.
check this out, students. Below and after, so while climbing and while descending, okay? In flight, when an aircraft is at or below transition altitude, its vertical position is expressed in terms of altitude, determined by the setting the altimeter to sea level pressure with Q code QNH. That's why for departure and ATC information and ATIS information, you get QNH, so that you get actual vertical distance from the aerodrome, because that's what matters. Okay. And QNE is the standard setting, right? For flight levels. QNE, which nobody has to give us. We all know the value 1013.25. So you will be changing QNE to QNH while arrival. So your transition altitude flight level correction 5500 means above 5500 you might be on flight level 60, flight level whatever, but by the time you come flight level 55 you have to change 1013.25 correction 1013.25 to whatever QNH that is given to you.
So, in this the transition level, it is the lowest flight level above which an aircraft will always fly on standard QNH 1013.25. So, is there a difference between QNE and standard QNH?
Is there a difference between?
QNE which is also 1013.25 HPA, and the standard QNH is also 1013.25 HPA.
No, it's only QNE. So see, that's the confusion here, students. Exactly, that's what we're trying to clear. So whatever, but by the time from flight level 55, you have to change 1013.25, correction 1013.25 to whatever. Just a second, students.
So, in this the transition, this is the lowest flight level. So, is there a difference between
Okay. Abbreviation booklet. Can you find the abbreviation booklet? See, I'll show you. I didn't know my video on YouTube right now when I'm sharing something is so big. Uh, yeah, I hope people don't get scared. That's a joke, students. You can laugh. Vishnu said, I said QNE to QNH. Okay, that's correct when descending, right? Very good. So there is these two docs that you have to go through, students. Uh, these two docs I'm sharing again on screen. So if you are confused about anything, especially Q codes, then you can also check it in your abbreviations doc, basically. So iCAO doc 8400. You have to actually go through your radio telephony decode encode properly before exam, but you can just go through others also. Whatever you feel is important. So let's just check. I'm just showing you how you can quickly do that. Refer things if you're always or anytime confused. See, your Q codes are here. So I have got QFE that shows you atmospheric pressure at aerodrome or at runway threshold. Actual field elevation pressure. This will give you your height, safe height from your runway, from the aerodrome ground level. If you set this, you will be shown 0. Are you following? You need 0. You need 0 when you're going to just take off. And when you want to know what is the elevation on the ground, as in how high is the ground surface from the sea surface, then you will do QNH. So standard subscale setting. So remember what QNH is and remember what QFE is. QNE is not mentioned here, but it is not standard pressure setting, okay? Just take a screenshot of this. So in your flight plan, what is given to you? Is it QNH or QFE? In your ATC reports, METAR, ATC information, ATIS, what do you think is given to us students?
QNH.
QNH. Okay. What we are going to do now is that I'll be sharing a schedule with you, students, and first we'll do a few mocks, and we'll do some enriching sessions, and that's how we are going to go about it. Please make sure that you get to perform your calls and mocks ASAP, and as much as we can. I would want you to be a little proactive there to keep checking. Okay? And yeah, do not worry because your calls are good. Vishnu, you're picking up fast. I think you have understood with your last call how you have to guide all your calls. So you work on that. Rutvik, you just prepare on your own, picking up whatever you think you have picked up from this session and give me a mark. All right. Afterwards, I'll be more specifically telling you things to do.
Yes, sir.
Shabrish, come on, think that your exam is next week.
Sir.
Accordingly, I want you to prepare because I can see because of illness and other things, the flow is not coming easily. But I want you to be such that even if you take 100 calls, then you might not make even one mistake.
Sir.
Okay. So we'll wrap up the class, students. I appreciate your patience and I really am happy that you all joined on time. We'll be using the same links for next sessions. Um, Mostly we'll use the same timing also for your next session. But yeah, I'll check and text you all and you'll also just keep texting and stay in touch. Rest any discussions, doubts, requests, let me know over text so that I can implement them and apply them. Okay, students? Vishnu, Rutvik, and Shabrish, any questions for now?
Negative, sir.
Sir.
Rutvik, any questions?
Negative.
You are very close. Everyone is very close. Vishnu, you're going to try for the first time, so we don't want you to take any risk or anything. But yes, otherwise, students, you're close and do not worry. And yeah, we'll practice and we'll practice and we'll study and practice, and I'll give you things to read more. And you just do the needful and you'll be super ready. But please remember, if you don't apply what you're learning, it means you have missed out on applying what you have learned, which means you are saying something, but that something is maybe a little stretched, little broken, little erroneous. So we ensure that we are in control. So starting today, whatever new things or good things you're learning, make it a point that you keep telling yourself that I've learned this and I have to apply this. Okay, that is the responsibility. Because if I'll give you a live aircraft, when you'll fly a jet for the first time, you will in your mind think 100 times before doing anything. Okay, that's what I want you to do in your calls. Are you following, students? Which you will do. Rutvik, uh, let's do it. We will do it. Okay, and you understood the plan, right?
Reforms.
Chalo. Good job on whatever calls you have given today. Understand, we'll shorten them and we'll be fast, but we'll not miss out on essential info. At the same time, what is anything that is on priority, we'll jump to it ASAP. So about estimates and all, we don't need to give unless it's a part of a mandatory report or an emergency call or a destination that we have chosen. So we just stick to the point. Okay, we have understood about leaving flight levels and passing flight levels. We'll discuss more on Q codes probably in next session. Okay, I'll have clarity given to you all. So let it be out in the open. Just get some information, Rutvik, about was there any ATC given by name in your paper? Just see if you
Yeah,
can get that. Otherwise, it's fine.
I'll check that out and I'll let you know.
Sure. Keep me in loop and keep me updated, okay? And please smile, students. I'll see you soon. Rutvik, a smile, please. Shavrish. Ha. Vishnu? Vishnu is smiling. I'm not worried. Very
Thank you,
nice.
sir.
Chalo, ठीक है. Bye,
Take care.
students. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Most welcome.